Hell is your own consciousness. When you die, you still have consciousness. You still have thought. You still have energy. I believe this. And I believe you are with God. And the hell that you will experience is the sorrowful feeling knowing that you chose the negative path in life when you could have chose the good path. There is no hell, part 2. We're going to talk today about no hell. Okay, so I had a couple of people comment on my video, There is no hell, part 1. And they were very angry. They wanted a hell. They wanted to know that their God will put them in flames for an eternal amount of time. They needed to have this as a truth. Now, for me, there are parts of the Bible that have been kept out. Since the King Constantine days when the Bible was changed, some of the books in the Bible have been removed. Very powerful books. The book of Enoch, for instance. Very powerful books that we should know of have been taken out of the Bible deliberately. Then, there have been things put in the Bible very deliberately. Now, the word hell doesn't even come from the Bible itself. It comes from the meaning of death, a place where the dead people go, whether they are sinners or non-sinners. Just a place where people go. Sheol. Sheol is a place where people go. Then, over the years, hell started to become a different place where the demons are. My belief is the demons are here on earth. I don't believe that there could be one place for them under earth where they all hang out and chill and make plans for negativity. No. It's right here on earth. There are demons. There is evil. And that's why we need to give ourselves over to God, to be protected. Be protected and also shield ourselves from the negativity out there. Every single day, all of us have the choice to be evil. But when your heart is in alignment with the words of God, with the love of Christ, with the love of Buddha or Islam, whatever your belief is, I'm not here to judge what you choose to believe in. I'm here just to say that my God, my Creator, would never throw you into flames because you're just trying to live this life on earth. We were not given a roadmap. We were not given any types of rules. Imagine a child that's born out in the wilderness with a pack of wolves. They will live like the wolves. They will also know and learn certain things about their environment. That's what we do as human beings as well. We teach each other. And I'm not going to have somebody teach me that Satan is the ruler of my soul because I did something wrong while I was living on earth. God is the boss of all. God is the ruler of everything. God is the ruler even of Satan. Satan can't even do anything without God. You understand that? So when we look at hell, we would have to then, if we want to say hell really does exist, put it in different layers. Put it in different levels according to the person's sin. Okay? So let's look at hell as somebody that killed and kept on killing, like a serial killer. Do they go to hell forever? Or is there a punishment that is for them that's different from the other person who was a serial killer but got saved before they died? Where does that come in at in regards to hell? Because one person was saved before they died. Do they still go to hell and get punished because of all the lives they took? Those lives that they took, when that person, that killer, dies, will most likely meet those souls again. Are those souls going to be angry? Their life was taken there with God. God is about forgiveness. Are those souls going to be angry at that person that took their life? Or will they do what the Bible says and express understanding, knowing that that killer did not know better? Or did that killer know better, but just didn't know God? There's so many questions about life and death, and we can continue to ask them over and over. But we do need to come to a position in life where we have to agree that our God is the most loving God. And the place for demons, the place for ghouls and goblins and all the negative energy is here on earth. They are not kept somewhere. They are constantly trying to get to you every single day of your life. They will get to you through fear, insecurity, through any of the 7 sins. Any of the 7 sins, that is already an indicator to us that the demons are trying to get to you through those avenues. That's why you have to keep yourself on track. Sometimes we fall off track. During my menopause days that I was going through recently, I gained 80 pounds. Now that is sinful. It's sinful because, first of all, the body does not deserve that. Second of all, there was a lack of exercise there. I wasn't treating my body properly, and probably a little bit of gluttony after 7 o'clock p.m. Well, I lost 39 pounds, and I still have 40 pounds to lose. It's going to take even more to do that. Exercise and commitment, determination. But will I be put in hell if I was to die today as an overweight woman because of gluttony? And if so, what part of your hell does a woman who died because she was overweight and she's sinning against her own temple, what part of hell does she go to? What level does she go to? And for how long? Because if someone goes to hell, then that means that they are still somewhat alive. Their spirit, their energy is still alive. And going to hell is not going to make them better. Their environment of hell will only make them worse. When you look at someone that goes to jail, most times they go in there and they get traumatized. And they have a level of punishment according to the level of crime that they did. My God would say to me, Cerise, yes, you committed gluttony. Yes, you were overweight. Yes, your body did not deserve that. But this was a family curse that was put upon you, and you did your best while you could do your best. Most people that do evil on earth, the evil was done to them, or it was somewhere in their environment. Hell is in your mind. The demons are in your environment. They are everywhere. Don't think to yourself for a second that hell is beneath the earth only. Hell is right here on earth. There is no hell where people are going to go to. God will hold you so tightly and read the tablet of your heart, the remorse that you feel, the energy that you need in order to change will be bestowed upon you. If you've already done so many acts of negativity, and you're at the point now where you're like, oh my gosh, God will never forgive me, correct yourself on that. You too shall be forgiven, and this too shall pass. Don't continue to commit the crime. Don't continue to hurt yourself and hurt people out there. And definitely don't continue to do things that you know God does not like. Now, even though the Bible has been augmented, even though it has been fixed up and doctored, it's really important for you to still read the Proverbs and the Psalms. They are very great forms of intuition, very good forms of inspiration. They are great forms to help teach you to be a better person every single day of your life. There are going to be times in your life where you will feel like a person should be punished and they're not being punished here on earth. People get away with things every single day, things we don't even see, we don't even know of, and we couldn't even believe if we did hear of it. People in the media, people in politics, people that are in Hollywood, doing things that are so unbelievable, it would make our bellies turn. And there's a special place for those people when they do die. I do believe that that punishment, that hell, is in their own experience. I believe it is in their own consciousness. Hell is your own consciousness. When you die, you still have consciousness. You still have thought. You still have energy. I believe this. And I believe you are with God. And the hell that you will experience is the sorrowful feeling knowing that you chose the negative path in life when you could have chose the good path. God will come to us throughout life all day, every day, if we allow God to. Just by praying, just by asking, just by requesting God to come and touch our hearts, hold our feet into the right direction each morning when we wake up, guide us, give us words of inspiration, put people in our path that mean us all good and no hurt, no harm. Help us be humble. And this is what we can do every single day to become better people. We all have the opportunity to get closer to God. But when we die and we are left with our own consciousness, it could be like trying to go to sleep and you can't get back to sleep. The hell is within your own consciousness. That's why you must wake up every morning with a prayer on your heart. Ask for forgiveness for anything that you have ever done to hurt anybody. Ask for your blessings to be bestowed upon you and move forward in a way where you are not living in a poverty mindset, but you are living in a plenished mindset. You are planting seeds of positivity as your day goes on. Even if you are insecure, even if somebody hurts you, somebody annoys you, somebody deliberately even tries to drive you off the road because they're experiencing, let's say, road rage. This is when you always have to have a prayer at hand on your heart. Always say to yourself, this too shall pass. God be with me. Please be my shield, be my protector. I put thee before me. And you may have to do this several times throughout the day because there's always going to be negativity around you. When you're not saying that, God is still going to protect you and watch over you. But it's always nice to make it a firm connection from the moment you wake up and open your eyes. Hell is definitely a state of mind. And I believe that when we die, that hell is within somebody's own mindset. They have to deal with the negative things that they did. They will then be presented with the guilty conscience if they don't have remorse for the things that they did. Because when we die, evil is removed. We are not any longer on earth. We are in perfect peace with our Creator. And at that point, things start to come back at us that we did. Before we know it, we have a vision of our whole entire life and how it has passed us. Some believe that we may even have a chance to make up for the wrong that we did through reincarnation. Does reincarnation exist? It quite possibly could. Many people do remember a past life, Many people do feel like they lived before. But this life that you are living right here, right now, will never ever happen again. If you look outside and you see a tree growing, that tree will never ever grow again in the exact same spot at the exact same time with the exact same branches, the exact same leaves. It will never be the same. Even if you were to uproot the tree and plant another one there, it's still going to grow differently in that same hole. You see, this life that you're living and this moment that you're having right now will never be the same as anything ever again. It is so perfectly timed. It is so perfectly beautiful. But what we have to do with each moment is interject God in each second. Even if you don't have a Bible, even if you don't know how to read one, even if you are somewhere way out in the wilderness and you wake up with the birds, you wake up with the noise of nature, the sounds of the trees blowing. This is still God, and this is perfect harmony. And at that moment is where you lay down your head and you feel the power and the presence of your Creator. And you will know at that moment that God will never put you into burning flames for something that you did on earth during life. You will have to deal with that after death on your own, in your own consciousness, because then you will be totally intelligent, completely celestial, and these feelings of these human emotions will have no impact on you. But you will be able to think to yourself consciously, how can I deal with this for what I did to this person? You will have to forgive yourself. God will already have forgiven you. Earth is a test. Earth is very temporary. We are put here to live a certain amount of time, but not to live eternally. This is a test. And you think God is going to, after this test, put you in a little cubicle full with flames to burn you for the rest of your life? My God wouldn't. My God would never do that. My God would say, come here, baby, come home. Come home. Yes, you did something that is really eating you alive right now. Yes, you did something that was so wrong, and I would prefer you have not done that. But you're not the first, and you won't be the last. You failed this mission. But the next one you will pass, because you have learned a huge lesson. If there is reincarnation. If there's not, then that means that you will be with your God for the rest of your life with that vision of what you did here. And that will be your hell, your own state of mind. And even then, I do believe that eventually that goes away. Eventually, we learn to forgive ourselves. Is there one little place under the earth called hell where all the demons live? I couldn't even imagine allowing my brain to think that. They wouldn't be able to live together. They're lost. Their souls, they're everywhere. They're trying to get into people. They're too busy up here on earth. You think at nighttime, when they come out, in the daytime, they decide to go back underneath the little rock and they stay there until midnight comes and then they come out again? No. They are out busy every single second, every single moment of the day. They are busy bees. They are trying to get their evil work done. They don't sleep. They don't have a home. Their hell is who they are. And they are trying to get into every single body out here. They're always trying to wreak havoc. And that's the reason why you need to have a heart of gold, a heart of common sense, a heart of gold, a head of common sense. And know that when you read the Bible, There are going to be parts in there that are there to make you afraid in order for you to not sin. There's going to be parts in there that are going to be a little illogical and unbelievable, but they are references to situations in life that are more like theories. We need to get to a point in life where we understand that God is miraculous. God is beautiful. God is everything pure. And yes, God actually understands and knows that the demons are there. They are part of the test on earth. They are part of the test. How can a human be tested if they are not tested by the most evil choices? What test could ever happen? And how can you be challenged? How could God really test your heart if you don't have this evil around you to say no to? The thing is this: don't focus on hell. Don't focus on heaven. Focus on Creator. Focus on being the best person that you can be. Humbling yourself when you know that you have been putting yourself on a pedestal too much. Eating less food when you know you have been overeating. Read the 7 sins. Behave with the fruits of your spirit at all times, and you will be fine. Don't beat yourself up and think that because you did a couple of sins, you're going to hell and you are a sinner. Because God loves you and God knows what you went through here on earth, and more what you will be going through. So please, whatever it is that you have done, forgive yourself and continue every single day to give yourself over to God. When you forgive yourself, you are acknowledging you did wrong, and that means you should not do it again. That means you should do your best to refrain from it. And you will continue to learn and be favored in God's eyes as your years move on. Thank you so much for joining me, Cerise. This is the 5th dimension.